guided me, and it just led me to Dallas, led me to Derek, and I pursued it.
Boxing fans are eagerly awaiting one of the most anticipated matchups of 2025 as Ryan Garcia, the former WBA Gold Lightweight Champion, prepares to face Romero, the current WBA Super Lightweight Champion. The fight, set for May 2025, is not just about the belts, but also a deep-rooted rivalry, historical animosity, and stylistic contrasts between two of the sport's most polarizing figures. With each fighter carrying their own baggage, this clash promises to be a spectacle filled with drama and high stakes. The rivalry between Garcia and Romero dates back to Garcia's stunning 8th-round knockout victory over Oscar Duarte in Houston, a fight that proved Garcia still had the power and precision to be a serious contender in the sport. The knockout was Garcia's 21st KO and his 26th win, a triumphant return to form after a challenging 2023. Garcia had faced setbacks in his career, including a devastating loss to Gervonta Tank Davis, a controversial no contest against Devin Haney, and a suspension due to a positive test for a banned substance. However, despite these hurdles, Garcia's charisma and exciting fighting style have kept him in the public eye. The Duarte win, coupled with his undeniable star power, was a statement that Garcia was back and ready for bigger challenges. When asked about his future, Garcia didn't hesitate to name Romero as his next target. "I want Rolly," Garcia said confidently, describing his opponent as a great, aggressive, crazy dude, adding that the build-up to this fight would be insane. Romero, the brash and outspoken champion, is one of boxing's most controversial figures. His TKO victory over Ismael Barroso in May 2023 earned him the WBA Super Lightweight title, but the stoppage was met with criticism. Many fans and analysts believe the referee's decision to halt the fight was premature, and it sparked debates about Romero's legitimacy as a title holder. But Romero, known for his unorthodox style, knockout power, and trash-talking prowess, thrives in the chaos. His personality has made him one of the most talked-about figures in boxing, even if his style doesn't always sit well with purists. The ongoing back and forth between Garcia and Romero has added fuel to the fire, with the two frequently taking shots at each other in interviews and on social media. "Ryan's all talk," Romero once said, claiming Garcia wasn't built for the tough realities of boxing. Romero added, "I'll send him back to Instagram where he belongs." Their beef dates back to their amateur days, when both Garcia and Romero were rising stars in the boxing world. Romero has consistently accused Garcia of being overhyped, referring to him as a pretty boy who lacks the grit to succeed at the highest level. Garcia, on the other hand, has dismissed Romero as a loudmouth who relies on theatrics and his controversial persona to remain relevant. In 2021, their rivalry boiled over when Romero interrupted one of Garcia's post-fight interviews, challenging him to a fight on the spot. Security had to step in to separate the two, but the incident only intensified their animosity. Fans have been clamoring for a fight between the two ever since, and it looks like they're finally going to get their wish. This fight between Garcia and Romero is shaping up to be one of the biggest events in boxing, and it could have a significant impact on the careers of both men. Garcia, who is known for his lightning-fast hands, sharp counters, and precise combinations, will look to showcase his technical prowess in the ring. His left hook, one of the most dangerous weapons in boxing, is a fight-ending punch that could spell disaster for anyone who gets caught. Romero, however, brings a completely different style to the ring. His unorthodox approach, raw power, and willingness to take risks make him an unpredictable opponent who is capable of turning any fight into a brawl. This contrast in styles, Garcia's finesse and speed against Romero's aggression and power, sets the stage for an intriguing battle that fans cannot wait to see. Garcia has already begun the mind games in the lead-up to the fight, questioning the legitimacy of Romero's recent injury. "Ryan Garcia would be an amazing fight," Romero said, referencing their past sparring sessions. "Me and Ryan sparred way back when. That fight will sell out." Garcia, not one to back down, responded with a subtle dig at Romero's injury, implying that it was a convenient excuse to avoid facing him. Romero, never one to back down, fired back, claiming that Garcia was scared and that he was just trying to make himself look good before Romero ends his career. The tension between the two has been building for years, and now it's finally going to come to a head in the ring. Boxing fans are salivating at the thought of seeing these two fighters square off. Garcia's lightning-fast counters and precise punching will be put to the test against Romero's wild aggression and knockout power. The question on everyone's mind is, will Garcia's finesse and technique be enough to outbox Romero, or will Romero's chaotic style drag Garcia into deep waters and test his resolve? The drama surrounding the fight isn't just confined to the rivalry between Garcia and Romero. The broader context of the junior welterweight division adds another layer of intrigue. Garcia and Romero are not the only two fighters in the division vying for supremacy. The potential for a rematch between Garcia and Devin Haney, who was supposed to fight on the same card in Times Square, looms large. However, instead of facing off right away, both fighters have chosen to take tune-up fights, stirring up plenty of debate. While Garcia faces the potentially easier opponent in Romero, Haney has chosen to fight the tough and seasoned Jose Ramirez. Haney's decision has been met with skepticism, as Ramirez is a dangerous fighter who could derail Haney's plans for a rematch with Garcia. The choice to take tune-up fights instead of an immediate rematch has raised questions among fans and analysts alike. Some argue that Garcia's decision to face Romero is a safer bet, allowing him to regain his rhythm and momentum after a tough year. Romero, despite his knockout power, is seen by many as a less dangerous opponent than the likes of Haney or Ramirez. However, Garcia's camp is still treating the fight with the seriousness it deserves, knowing that Romero's unpredictable style could pose problems if he's not prepared. The fight is expected to be a high-profile event, and Garcia is determined to make a statement with an explosive performance. On the other hand, Haney's decision to fight Ramirez is seen as a more risky proposition. Ramirez, despite his losses, remains a seasoned and tough fighter with a high work rate and body punching ability that could exploit Haney's weaknesses. Haney's last fight against Garcia exposed some defensive vulnerabilities, and if he's not fully prepared for Ramirez, the fight could end in disaster for the former champion. The risk is high, but a victory for Haney would be a powerful statement of redemption, showing that he's still a force to be reckoned with in the lightweight and junior welterweight divisions. The contrasting approaches of Garcia and Haney highlight the unpredictability of boxing. Garcia is taking the safer route with his fight against Romero, while Haney is diving headfirst into a risky matchup with Ramirez. The consequences of these decisions could have a significant impact on the future of both fighters, and it will be interesting to see how the landscape of the division shapes up after their respective bouts. As the build-up to the Garcia-Romero fight intensifies, fans are becoming more and more invested in the drama between the two fighters. The trash talk is sure to escalate in the coming months, with both men trying to get into each other's heads. For Garcia, the fight is an opportunity to prove that he's more than just a social media sensation. His flashy persona and lightning-fast punches have earned him a large following, but the questions about his toughness and grit still linger. A dominant performance against Romero would silence those doubters and solidify Garcia's place as one of the top stars in boxing. For Romero, the fight is an opportunity to prove that he belongs at the top of the junior welterweight division. His unorthodox style and knockout power have earned him a reputation as one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport, but his controversial rise to the top has left many questioning his legitimacy. A win over Garcia would cement his place as one of the division's top contenders and possibly set him up for even bigger fights down the road. The Garcia-Romero showdown is set to be one of the most explosive and entertaining fights of 2025, and it's clear that both fighters are determined to make a statement. With the stakes higher than ever, fans are eagerly awaiting what promises to be an unforgettable night of boxing. Who will come out on top in this clash of styles? Only time will tell, but one thing is for certain, the world will be watching.